We've been here way before now. No, the story doesn't change. Can't let go cause you let it down. I just tried you to the game. Thought I was more than your homie, more than your homie. No, thought I was more than your homie, more than your homie. No, now I don't understand you. How you love to cry, right?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
What's up?
What's up, y'all?
To the max.
Welcome to the Lesbian Homie 4 After Show, episode 2. How you feeling, Ja?
Man, I'm feeling great, bro. I wanted to show them everything. I wanted to keep going.
Well, hey, they can see everything. All they need to do is go to BIGGJAH.com, purchase the series. Ja, you want to talk just a little bit about like why we're dropping them weekly, and then we give them the option to purchase the whole thing. You want to just talk a little bit about why we're asking people to do that?
Wait, okay, yeah, of course. Now, first of all, I got my start on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So that's how people got accustomed to me, and which is love, which is great. And so I want to thank people by following me and subscribing to me and supporting me all this time, all these years, by dropping content that they're used to seeing on YouTube. So I want to give them that love and let them see it for free, because I appreciate them. However, in order to keep doing content like this at this level, I need help financially, of course, and that's why the paywall or the BIGGJAH.com opportunity to purchase the whole season is there. Because without that, I can still make content. It just won't be as good. I mean, as far as production quality, it won't be as frequent. But it takes a lot to do what we do. And so I appreciate everybody's support, but help funding the next project, that's where the money goes to. It doesn't go to anywhere else but back into more content. Projects like this, I have other ideas. I got other series that's already written, that's ready to shoot, that I want to get to ASAP. So every time people go to BIGGJAH.com and purchase the show, it helps, because now I put that money towards getting those other projects done.
Yes, sir. And I want to introduce our guest for tonight, none other than Natasha or Jati. Jati, how you doing tonight?
What up, y'all? I'm
What's
good.
going on?
I'm good. I'm out here living good in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you understand.
I need everybody to follow Jati right now. If you're not following her,
thank you. Yeah, join the family, the Jati family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she does a great job at just keeping her username consistent across all platforms. It's very helpful for me when I'm doing more of the social media stuff. So it's Jati pretty much everywhere, right?
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Y'all be tagging me and everything. I'm like, how you find my Twitter?
I think it's important, because we really appreciate everybody that are part of this project. The least we can do, and we understand that everybody should be paid more. We're fortunate to be in a place where we can pay everybody for participating, but we would love to pay everybody more. But since we can't do that, we got to show as much love as possible, bring you as much attention as possible, because you got tons of other stuff going on. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about outside of the Lesbian Homie before we start talking about episode 2?
Well, first I want to say it's always appreciated having me on the platform and all of the other sketches, just having me around, period. I've gotten so much love just based off of that. And then I've truly created friendships by the work that we do in this. And I definitely love it. Like, this is work that don't feel like work. So it's just great. Like, the way people appreciate us and just show love in general. They really love the series. They really love the creativity. It's crazy. I went to the Rick Ross car show recently and I was getting stopped every 2 minutes
Mm,
because of this series. It was
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we got G Wayne in the building too. G
What's
Wayne,
the
what's
deal,
up?
Octavius,
man? What's the deal?
what's going on, boy?
Man, you know, just getting off this other little slime job I'll be doing on the side.
Yes, sir.
And
The grind don't stop, brother.
Yes, sir.
that's
You
the
already
thing.
know.
I think everybody that's part of these productions isn't where their end goal is yet. Like everybody's still inspired, as talented as this crew is. There's so much talent on the cast, behind the cameras, in front of the cameras. Everybody's on the grind. So it's dope to have everybody participating in this. G Wayne, what's it like being back for season 4, man? You've been in every season so far.
Man, look, man, I just got back from I do the podcast, right? So I
Yeah.
was in Vegas last week, man. Man, I could barely walk around. Everybody pulling me over. Hey, Tight. Hey, little Tight, get over here, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, bro.
Wayne.
Yeah, dog. G Wayne is the name. You know what I'm saying?
But no, like Jotty said, man, it feels good when they appreciate your work and they acknowledge you. Because I hate the people that just sit there and stare at you and be like, I think that's him. I don't know, but it's like something. He ain't tripping.
ask
Right.
the question. Find out.
I get
Right.
that too. I be like, just come say hello,
Right.
That part.
Yeah.
Don't linger too long, but it's
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be getting the side eye sometime. Like you don't know what they gonna say about me because I'll be snitching sometimes. So I'll be like, let me check this dude temperature.
It's
He looking at me
hilarious.
kinda
I be
crazy.
snitching sometimes.
For real, this dude, he was like 6'9", bro. 6'9". He was like, hey, little homie, you cool and all, and I know you acting now, nigga, but stop that snitching. I said, nigga, if you know I'm acting, what's the problem?
Right. It's just acts.
I'm just
One
gonna
of
be
the-
doing my job good or something because I'm pissing y'all off.
Yeah.
One of the main questions I be getting is, are you gonna be a lesbian on the show too eventually?
Nah.
Oh,
They trying to make everyone. No, I'm not making
Yeah.
every woman a lesbian.
Yeah,
That's-
they be
that's-
having some crazy fantasies about the series.
Right.
yeah, fantasies for sure.
Ja, so you wrote episode 2, right?
I wrote episode 2. Yeah.
So talk to us about just kind of what you were thinking as you were transitioning from episode 1 to 2. Obviously, you guys agreed on an outline. That's kind of how it works, right? There's four writers. You guys agree on the outline,
Right.
and then you kind of divvy up the episodes.
Yeah, the dialogue doesn't really come until we start writing, but the events that take place, the brainstorming to go to is episode to episode as far as storyline and what's going to be pushed to the forefront, what isn't going to be pushed to the forefront. That's all outlined, and then once we start writing, we have like usually probably 10 to 15 bullet points for each episode, sometimes 20. If you deem, some of them super long scenes, some of them super long episodes is dean going to work. But it's like I want to make sure that each character is kind of like it's basically still the beginning of the show of the season. So trying to we're taking it slow, trying to really put a lot of dialogue into the scenes to evoke either the comedy or the emotion. I wanted to really establish the fact that Bruce and Natasha have been dating for some months now. They're getting comfortable, and he's not even thinking about the stud buds. He's focused on her. So that was important. That there's a scene in there, with the popcorn scene while we're watching TV, that he really lets her know how he feels, and that kind of sparks the confession that she has about deciding to move to Atlanta for work.
Yeah. So I know that the outline, helps tremendously with this, but like every writer, I feel like has like a different writing style. Like how do you guys make sure that there's like a continuity in terms of, just the slang used, and like what's that process, just to make sure it seems like one person wrote it, but when in actuality like 4 people wrote it.
Right. So everybody from Jada Faye, Ken, and Dean, all 3 of the writers are familiar with the show. They're familiar with the actual actors, and because we've been all working together for so many years, either whether writing or whether behind the camera or on the camera, almost everybody on camera here in this live has worked with all the writers in some way. So that's a we have a community. It's a beautiful thing because they know how to write for G Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
G Wayne, for one, you're going to give if you can either write for G Wayne, he'll read it and then he'll put his spin on it, which he always does. So a lot of that time is a lot of stuff that he does, we write for it, but he'll spin it, and sometimes a lot of the time it's better than what we wrote. So and because we know him, we know what he's going to be able to do. So it's fun to write and it's easy to write for him. It's easy to write for Marche. We've been knowing Marche for years. You know what I'm saying? Cassandra, Sade, G Wayne, you know what I'm saying? And Jati is her character is not as her character a little different than a lot of the roles she plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's way more subdued, way more sweet, way more and less aggressive. And so she had to tap into that. You know what I'm saying? The soft side. Even though in real life she's sweet and it's super nice, but I know a lot of times she plays like aggressive, assertive, and but Natasha isn't that until she is, and that's later on down the season. But
So Jati, you play a more significant role this season, but we find out in episode 2 you leaving already
Yeah.
for a job in Atlanta. What was your preparation like to prepare for this role, and just how do you feel about the character and kind of leaving in episode 2?
I feel like Natasha came in like just having fun. If y'all remember, it was more like a hookup after the club, and she got called the wrong name, but she really didn't care. She was just having fun. So as time went on, she did grow these feelings, and I think she was probably kind of on the fence about it. Like she didn't really know that he cared that much. Once he, put his feelings out there, she was like, "Oh my God, like okay, I have to say something now." So I feel like she's just doing what's best for her. But now that she got these feelings, she is hoping that it works. But I think she gonna go ahead and do what's best for her at the end of the day. Still,
Yeah. So
yeah.
we'll see what happens as the season plays out. But has a long distance relationship ever worked for any of y'all in real life?
Um,
Oh,
I did long distance for a little over 2 years. And
Okay.
what's funny is once I moved to the state where this long distance person was, it was raps. So I've done it. It could work.
sometimes it works better when you long distance.
Yeah, sometimes it is better.
got all that
So,
space.
so I can say my last relationship started long distance. My wife is now my wife, but it started long distance.
He
And
here,
so
prove an example if it do work.
yeah,
Okay.
but it was work. It was work because I've done long distance several times before that, and they didn't end in turmoil, but they did end though. But a lot of times it started long distance and it ended long distance too. It got to a point where all right, this long distance ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Because at some point in time, somebody got to make a move. Somebody has to make a move.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So in this situation, I know it started episode 2. Just when Bruce got a nice young lady that he really likes, and she seemed to like him back a lot. Everything is good. Season episode 2, she threw the monkey wrench in the game, and I'm thinking to myself like, damn, that's soon. Like Bruce can't catch a break, but that's drama, and
Yeah.
that's what keeps people engaged. So I had to figure out Natasha's no one's perfect, but she's like the perfect girl. She's not gay. She liked this dude. She got an even kill temperament. She's understanding, hence from season 2. You know what I mean? Is it season 2? Yeah. She's understanding. She's super cool. And he likes her. He likes her a lot to the point, and she's taking his attention away from the other women. Great. Of course, we gotta throw some drama in there. And I want to bring that up to discuss Tay. Well, you'll see. We'll discuss Tay later on in the season. These are some things I want to say about Tay's character, but that has to happen later. I don't want to no spoilers.
Okay.
And then I know you asked how did I prepare for it. I had to really work on talking slower. It actually got me talking a little bit slower in real life because I talk really fast. Had to work on talking slower. I had to tap into some feminine energy because I got 4 brothers. I'm a little dominant. So it was different for me. I had to start over several times.
Nah, I mean that's the beauty of acting, just kind of developing those chops. And I think everybody, as we see them from season to season, it just looks like they're getting more comfortable, get more
Yeah.
comfortable with the roles. G Wayne, somebody said share them cookies. Did you just stop and get some cookies? I
Hey, nigga, all in my grocery bag, man.
Yeah, I
What's
noticed
that?
it too.
What kind of
Grocery
cookies you
shopping.
got?
You got
Oh,
the
I
good
got my,
kind.
You
I
got
got
some
them famous,
windmills? What you?
I got them famous Amos back
The
there.
famous Amos go
man.
in.
You feel me?
Ooh,
G
yeah.
Wayne had to stop. That's all you got was cookies. You just went to the store for some cookies.
Hey, man, when somebody don't bring all the groceries that you want back, you gotta go get what you want.
A little sweet tooth.
Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
For
And
sure.
that apple juice. That was my thing. Give me some famous Amos cookie and some apple juice.
Hey man, that sounds good.
Sound
Well,
fire.
let's
Cold ass apple juice.
I might gotta hit the gas station.
Tell you.
Martinez. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
let's see a clip of G Wayne in action, and then we'll come back to it.
Speaking of baby steps, what's up with that Amazonian beauty you got? What kind of steps y'all taking? Is she moving in yet?
Why do you keep bringing up moving in?
Bruce, nigga, we ain't getting no younger. Besides, niggas our age is wifing up shit and having families.
I mean, you right.
I know I'm right. So when she moving in?
Damn, nigga, we just started dating, bro. And you and Amber been running around for years, so I get it. It makes sense, all right? But me and Natasha, we ain't there yet, man. We still having fun.
Fun. Bro, fun is for the low niggas that be fucking on mattresses with no headboards. Bro, in the front yard, in the car, sneaking pussy in. Nigga, we been fucking on mattresses with headboard for years. You feel me? What fun? What are you talking about? Where's that at?
Nigga, all I'm saying is that me and Natasha only been dating a few months.
So what, man? You finally found a solid chick that you rocking with, man. A sexy, big, giant Amazon one. Your style. As far as we know, what? She ain't no coochie eater. She ain't dream about coochie. She ain't ask you about coochie. She ain't stealing your boxes or your briefs, right? Unless it's something you ain't telling us.
Nah, nigga, she straight, bro. What you talking about?
Are you sure?
Say,
Nigga, I'm just saying, this is you we talking to. I gotta make sure.
man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Bro, am I lying? Am I capping? But you know what, man? I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, because I'm actually proud you staying strong and staying away from the tough Gucci twins.
All right.
The tough
Coochie twins. Crazy.
Was that in the script, G Wayne? Was that in the script?
Yeah, that's in the that's jawline right there.
Hey, I can't remember if fuck or not. I think the mattresses is made too, or was that you?
The mattress is you. I just said the fucking in the front yard in the car.
Yeah, he added. That's what I'm saying. He'll get a bar. He'll get a joke bar, and then add to it. He always understands the assignment. He knows the character. He knows where to go with it. Cause I'm like, yeah. So I always be looking to see what he gonna add. You know what I'm saying? So
Kendo clip on that.
yeah. So yeah, fucking on mattresses with headboards, and with no headboards and sneaking. Hey, that was the thing. I mean, he was too young, living with your mom still, or your pops. You was sneaking the buns in.
Yeah, we all
Back in the
did that.
Right.
Sneaky buns.
I think a lot of people love like the dynamic between Bruce and Tay, just kind of the back and forth. I think people look forward to that banter. I think in this episode, if I remember correctly, like Tay, you haven't really seen Tay that often, so that you went to tap in with him, and he was hugged up with Carmen or Amber.
Shout out to Carmen.
You guys were talking. Well, you were kind of venting to him about not seeing him or not being around. Friendship ain't been the same.
As fellas, I'm sure G Wayne can attest to this. When you got a homie that get a new girlfriend, that dude go MIA. So that's a real thing that we all go through in some, or you might be the homie that goes MIA. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've experienced that since high school. When the homie get a girlfriend, some of the homies disappear, and you don't see them every now and then. So, and
Facts.
then, but G Wayne's character Tay is like, bro, we grown, man. We move in together. Like, eventually we gonna get married, but baby steps. But why you you making it seem like I'm doing something wrong? We're not 20 years old, bro. We grown ass men, and you should be following suit. You should be taking a page out of my book. Get you a lady, settle down with her, and start a family.
Yeah,
Boom.
grow up.
Right, exactly.
Pretty much.
And here's the thing, the maturation process from Tay's character from season 1 and 2, you see it now in 4. 2, he was running around. 2. 3. Hold on. 2. See how it's all jumbled up. 2, he was running around sneaking his relationship with Amber.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After eventually he had to grow up. Hence in season 3, he finally told E, like, this is me growing up. I love your sister. I'm trying to be with her. So even though it's comedy and it's drama, but the goal is always to tell a story within the story and have some messages even within the comedy. Like Tay is like, bro, as much as Tay has, he cracks jokes all the time and he's seldom ever serious. But sometimes you get some good gems out of a homeboy like Tay. He gonna tell you, hey, bro, moves our age is settling down and having families. What you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make it a point to have these type of conversations in this season.
Mm-hmm. So let's if you're watching this and you have any questions, just put them in the comments. We'll try to get to as many as possible. There's some quick ones that we can knock out real quick. It says, how long does season 4 rental last? It'll last until all the episodes are out. So you have more than enough time to watch it. But we would suggest you watch it as quick as possible. So that's the answer to that question. Everybody keeps asking, Ja, is there going to be a season 5?
Come on, man. We just dropped episode 2, bro. We just dropped episode 2.
First, like,
already.
Yeah, so hey,
Already.
we gotta I can't give y'all the answer to that yet. We gotta you know how I gotta go back to the drawing board, holler at the team and figure some stuff out before I make that answer.
And here's the thing, like, you know, like I think we talked about it when we started, like the more people that purchase it, the faster we can create content. A lot of times we're limited just by budget, you know, just to be transparent. This season cost probably, you know, over 150 grand to shoot. So it's not a cheap thing to do. So we would love to work on several projects at once and get out a lot more content. But we're restricted by budget essentially. So, you know, all the purchases, you know, even the donations here, it looks like Elijah T just donated $50. That's much appreciated.
Thank you so much, bro.
Need to put people that are donating on the screen. E Short Sachs, appreciate the donation. There we go. Elijah T says, Elijah from SNY, big fan of Lesbian Homie series. Off topic, as a chuff bro, wanted to know if we can get another cuddle season. That was fire. Love all the content. Hope this helps, and I'm definitely gonna cop some shirts and hoodies too. Much love, Elijah. Appreciate that. But Ja, cuddle season.
All right. So look, brother Elijah T, thank you so much for the donation, brother. And going back, piggybacking off what Dame is saying about content and budget, like this past season was expensive for me to shoot. It's a huge cast, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm paying everybody, and I'm paying all the crew members, and that's nothing to complain about. I'm blessed to be able to do it, but it's that 150, that budget go fast, and it goes and it gets spread thin. So to answer your question about cuddle season, I would love to do a season 2 of that. A lot of times when I say I got to go back to the team and figure out what's next, we got to find out based off the kind of money that I have, what can I invest into? You know what I'm saying? I got several ideas. I got several scripts for different shows, honestly. And I got to say what makes the most money. I mean, what makes the most sense to invest money into at this particular time. And I would love to do all. Let's say I got 5-6 series or 6 seasons of the various shows. I got the money to shoot all 6. Let's shoot all 6 right now. Or I'm like, damn, okay, let me fine tune this one and figure out how I can put the money towards this. And hopefully we can get to that eventually, depending on the money. So Elijah, it definitely depends on budget and schedule. Also cast. Bring that cast back. I got to make sure I let them know ahead of time. They got to block out their schedules for the show. And the hardest thing to do about one of the hardest things to do when it comes to independent series, not in independent filmmaking only, but independent TV series is limited budget, limited money, but cast is vast. A big cast. I gotta pay them all. I gotta pay them for their time, and that's one of the biggest obstacles I face when doing series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because the big networks, a lot of times they contract for several seasons from the jump, you know, to lock those cast members in. Should the show do well and they do a season 2 or season 3, it's already locked in. Obviously, we don't have the ability to do that.
not yet. Not yet.
Ja, do you mind? Is it okay to share what series we would love to do next that's already written, or do you want to keep that in the tuck?
No, I mean we can discuss it. The goal, I would love to shoot Tiberius next. Tiberius is coming back, bro, and it's a TV show now, not just a sketch series. It's now a show, very similar to how season 1 of Lesbian Homie was a sketch series, very short, very quick. And then now it's 2, 3, and 4 are much longer. Tiberius was a sketch series that I created 8 years ago, and I'm bringing it back as a show, and I can't wait to shoot that. I'm really looking forward to that one. I know y'all gonna love that because I'm clowning in that one. It's gonna be.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that.
G Wayne, question for you.
Uh-huh.
They say, G Wayne, are you doing any LA hood stories or
Great question.
or first date investments? I know it's off topic, job. My bad. No, it's all good. It's on topic. If they hear, it's on topic. We trying to.
It's on topic. If you anything,
That's
the
funny.
answer is yes.
Yeah, I'm about to start back doing that, man, because everybody keep asking me about that. So I guess so. I might as well do it. I ain't doing nothing else. Yeah, I guess so. Back by popular demand, I guess so.
So yeah. I'm familiar with the LA hood stories, but I don't think I've seen the first date investments. G Wayne, what's that?
Hey, the girl that was my girl in there was supposed to be my wife. She done got pregnant now in real life. Haley.
Oh snap! Well, I mean, shout out to them. I got to give them a call and congratulate them. That's what's up.
I just went to
so you might have to recast.
Bruh, I have to recast, probably
and bring her back, bring her character back as a different character, but like the show got to go on, man. You got to get those back going.
Man, I gotta get back in the groove of things, man. Hey, like you said, it's so hard to get these cast members because everybody's either moved or super busy now.
Yeah. So when you doing, go ahead.
No. You said when you doing what?
When you got a big production behind y'all, folks, family, man. That's why it costs so much money to shoot Insecure, Abbott Elementary, Friends, Living Single, Modern Family. They got so much money. They got millions of dollars because they're preparing to bring these cast members back. They got to pay for that time. So in the first world, G Wayne will be able to call every cast member and be like, hey, I'm gonna pay you this amount of money to make yourself available for the month of July. The month. I might only shoot with you 12 days out that month, but I need you that whole month so I can pick and choose which day they fit the schedule in because everybody's schedule is different. A shoot schedule, a lot of that determines with the availability of the actors. Yep. So I know exactly what UN is going through when the funds ain't all the way there, but you want to do the project. Everybody keep asking for it. But back in the day, we were shooting everything for free, and everybody was available. Everybody was hungry. Now everybody might still be.
Wasn't that something,
bruh? Yeah, everybody was hungry. You can bank somebody's line. They gonna pull up. But nowadays,
right away, yeah, good old
life's
days.
happening, and you got to start pivoting and doing other things, which is understandable. But sometimes, folks, it's not about us not wanting to do it. It's like maybe we might not have the means to do it, or the lead actor or the main guys that do this. Now they live in Chicago. Now they living in Texas. They moved to Atlanta, and it's a bigger thing now. It's not like, hey, pull up tomorrow from the crib. You used to live down the street. Pull up, let's shoot all day. Now it's like, well, I got some time off from work. I can come out there for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, and LA Hood Stories, you had a gang of people in there. A gang of characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So getting that back is not always as easy as you might think. But redo it. Bring it back out, brother.
Hey, even the gangbangers want to get paid now. They're like, man, we got like over 1 million something views on there. What's up? Can we get paid? I'm like,
don't even understand, man.
Yeah, 1 million views doesn't equate to what you guys think it might equate to in terms of dollars.
But
That's
don't nobody
facts.
know that until they start doing content. Do content straight for a year. Do content straight for a year. Everybody gonna realize 1 million views don't mean $1 million.
It
Yeah,
really
Right. Don't
Or,
mean
doesn't.
$1
or
million.
$100. Oh, I mean, it should be close to $100, but like 1 million views looks good, but it don't register in your pocket like that.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
What makes you money is the consistency, and that's the hard part.
yeah. Rico
Facts.
McLaren, she said she moving from Cali to a place where the grass is greener. Who sing the song? Please, someone help me. So that was a song that was made custom for that scene, and it was made by Bari.
That's
Check
dope.
out Bari, Barii. He's also an artist. He's a producer, artist. Was the composer for this project. He was the composer for season 3. He was the composer for Cuddle season. Super talented cat. But it's Bari, Barii. I wanna keep going with that conversation around content because Jati, once Ja introduced me to you and I started following you, you've been one of the most active folks, in our world, just kind of doing different things, collaborating with different people. What's your approach to the content creation and like what ultimately is your end goal?
My end goal, I really want to continue to be a content creator because I feel like I can control my pockets like that. Because when I do acting as well too, but when you're just an actor and that's all you do, whenever you're done with a job, you're now unemployed. So I
Mm,
want to keep doing my thing as well as that. Like I was just on Tyler Perry set a couple days ago, but that's already over with. So it's like if I only depended on that, I may be messed up. But so my goal is to just keep getting bigger as a content creator. My next thing that I want to do is create my own series. And right now I got the lovely Jada Faye. She's actually writing something for me.
mm.
I'm actually moving back to the West Coast in about a month or so.
What?
So yeah.
Say
So
what?
I'm about to get back to it. Coming back.
Coming back,
Going back,
she
Back,
bringing
back.
the
back
talents back
to
to the
Cali,
West.
Cali.
She bringing the talents
Moving
back to
back.
the West.
So I stay collaborating with a lot of other creators and I do like different things. I do the dramatic now, still do comedy. I jumped into doing some game shows. I'll be on podcasts. Like I stay doing stuff with different people. I even started working with models. I paid a model to be in one of my visuals I just recently did.
Dope.
So yeah,
Producing.
it's really important for me to remain consistent because I actually like been reading up on how these different platforms work and how AI studies pages. So if you're a page that's not consistent, they're not really going to recommend you like that. So
Mm.
you have to stay active. Gotta always stay working.
Yeah,
Collaboration is the key. It's so important that you find your tribe. And I know members are going to go in and out of the tribe, but you
Yeah,
got to find other people to collaborate with for
yeah.
sure.
Like I have an ATL tribe. I got a California one too. Like I got
yeah.
my two
Shout out,
groups of people.
shout out to the
There it
ATL,
is.
man.
Yeah.
Question here: ever thought about making your mini series into a movie? Ja.
Oh, oh. Uh, there's been talks. There's been suggestions that instead of a season 5, there'd be like actual film feature. I'm not sure about that, but
Oh.
uh, as of right now, it's a show. So I haven't put too much thought into progressing it into a movie. But and it's not a miniseries. A miniseries, it's actual. It's a full out show. It's a full
If
out.
if you make it a movie, Bruce got to get married to somebody. He got to get married to
Said
somebody.
Bruce finally got to get married, huh?
Yeah, Bruce got to
Man,
probably lock
to
somebody
who?
down.
To who? The question is who? Because
Exactly.
everybody got to keep watching. Because I don't know if Bruce got any takers right now. Well, as of right now, he does. But like, y'all got to keep watching to see how things progress. But I agree. Bruce got to settle down, man. Tay didn't settle down.
You feel
Tay,
me? You
you know
feel
what I'm
me?
saying?
So like the time, like if you add up all the time, of episodes 1 through 10, it's probably like 3 hours of content. So it's more than a feature. And let me just share my perspective from just a strategy perspective. Like it's actually beneficial to do the series, because the more time you have to get people invested into the show, it's harder to do. Like if you just did a movie, it's harder to promote that. Like a lot of movies just come and go, right? Like, what was they cloned Tyrone?
I was just about to use that as an example.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of a great movie that came and went.
Yeah, just because there's so much content that comes out, like, and then it's super dope for like, okay, this is season 4 of the Lesbian Homie. For people that are tapping in today, obviously season 4, that means there's season 1, 2, and 3, and we see an uptick in 1, 2, and 3 when we release season 4, because like I said, people are tapping in. So building that catalog is super. It can be super valuable and play to your advantage. But I mean, you're getting more content this way. It could have been a feature, probably would have been cheaper and a lot less time just to shoot a feature, but it pays off more doing the series this way.
This project is over 4 hours long, for sure. Well,
what
over
if
4
you
hours.
get ready to end that series and you do a movie? Have you thought about that?
Say it again.
What if when you're like, okay, I'm done with the series and I'm gonna do a movie, this is it? Have you thought about something like that? Like that'll be the end of it.
A finale, like Entourage.
Yeah, like, and that's it.
Here's the thing. I honestly didn't think I was going to be doing the season 4 or a season 3. So the fact that I'm doing season 3 and 4 is I'll be foolish to act like I'll be foolish to say no. There's no season 5. It's not in the works yet, but it's not impossible. Crazier things have happened. I just got to figure out what to do with the story, and I haven't even finished this season yet. Y'all don't even know how this is going to end.
That's how much they love it.
I appreciate it. Brother Darrell, what's up?
You on mute, Darrell?
What's the deal, folks?
What's going
My
on,
apologies
man?
for the late arrival.
What up?
Hey,
Getting off the set.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
admittingly, I got my wires crossed when I hit you up. You make your debut in actually episode 3, not 2.
They ain't even seen me yet.
But they haven't seen you yet. But it's a hilarious conversation. So you guys have something to look
So
forward
you got to come back next week too if you got time, brother.
Already. I had a pleasure of playing Jah's brother. I've been waiting to get my my role in this series, and he hit me up, and it was a great honor. I've been waiting for it, and this was like the perfect role, and I felt like it synced perfectly. We knocked that out ASAP with ease.
Hey, when I look at the homies around me, and I'm like, man, this dude can go. They got so much talent. She's so talented. He's so talented. And then like, even from like building the world around me, who can I get that can go back and forth with me? G Wayne. So of course he was in episode 1, season 1. He opened up the episode. He opened up the show with his improv. That was all his improv. You know what I'm saying? The first season wasn't even scripted. It wasn't even outlined. We was just going as we go. So I was like, yo, G Wayne, what you doing Wednesday? He's like, shit, I'm chilling. Hey, we trying to shoot another episode. You trying to roll? Trying to come through? For sure. We get there, we chop it up. Hey, this is what the scene looked like. No rehearsal. And we just going action. And he walking in the door and he find E in the bedroom, and he just starts going in. And so that's why I know he can do, and that's why it works. So we work so well together. And I'm thinking like, of course you've been my boy for years, man. I'm like, how can I get Anthony a part of this show, dog, to utilize?
You know, you've been saying that for years, man. I remember I was on my way to work one night when you had called me for that party scene, and what was that 3, right? Was it 3 or
no 2?
That was 2.
2.
I remember that part.
That was 2.
Jockey was in that episode
That
too.
was a
Jockey was
long
in
night.
That was a minute ago, yeah. And you was like, bro, I need you for this party scene. It ain't no lines, but I was like, man, I'm not tripping, man. What you need me for? I'm trying to think. I need something. I need you to do something. I'm gonna think of something. And then when you hit me and said you wanted me to play your brother, I was like, perfect.
I was like, how could I got so many homies? I got Tay, I got Jason, I got DC. You know what I'm saying? I added Cornell to it as Malcolm. I got my Barry Brewer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My boy Peanut. That's so many dudes I added to it. You know what I mean? And I use you for as an extra in the show, but I'm like, nah, I'm thinking he was an extra, but he didn't have no lines, and we didn't establish who you were. You
Right.
were brother at the party because we all grew up in the same space. So I was like, yeah, that's how it works. I was like, I could bring him back. So we sat around this table, all the writers, and I was like, how can we get Anthony? Oh, he can be my brother. Boom, I don't have no family. I introduced in season 3, I introduced 2 of my sisters, Alicia and Vanessa. I said, and I mentioned having a brother that we haven't seen yet, Jerome. I was like, Anthony Jerome. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, dog.
Rest is history.
It's almost like I feel like this. When I create a storyline and I'm writing, I'm thinking it's like going to the park to hoop, and you call up the homies that you know is major with the game. So yo, G Wayne, dog, I'm about to go hoop. You trying to meet me up there at 3? Yeah, yo, Jati, 3 o'clock, cool. Yo, Ant, because I want to play. When I'm writing, I'm playing. Action, playing. So I'm like, I need if you're doing a starting 5, I need my point. I need my 3. You know what I'm saying? We going, and then I'm grabbing my 4 and my 5 on the way up there.
Hell yeah.
Or I will probably be point. My shooting guard will be G Wayne. You be the 3. You know what I'm saying? In this case, Jati is 4, and one more.
I got to be Shaq Diesel, dog.
Okay. Shaq Diesel.
Yeah.
That's what it is then. But that's how I see it when I'm 6 years ago when I created this. I was like, the first person that I called to be in this was G Wayne. I didn't even know it yet. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I need a dude that can, me being this big guy, and I know that I'm about to be playing this big dude that's dating studs and stuff like that. I need a homeboy that's the opposite. That can
but still as big as you on the screen. Yeah.
And that's bigger than life on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So, and it worked. It worked. And I didn't know how good it was going to work. And then here we are 4 seasons later, 6 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Is there anything shooting episode 2, some behind the scenes story, anything that happened, any scene that was cut, anything behind the scenes that you can share, any of you guys in shooting, episode 2? Do you remember anything that
Damn, what was cut? I don't remember what was cut.
I don't be cutting nothing. I don't cut. No, I put it. It might be some parts of a scene cut out, like different lines or bloopers, bloopity bloops. But like, I be sometimes like if this was not a industry show, they would probably make me cut some scenes out, or not scenes, but certain parts of the scenes out because scenes might be too long. I'll be liking to play. I'll be liking to cook. So a lot of times, especially with G Wayne, with Anthony, who are real great at improv. Like I said, G Wayne, I can give him a scene, and me and him could probably do a scene right now, no dialogue, no rehearsal, and just a topic, and how we started and how we ended, and we got 4 minutes of the scene. Same thing with Anthony. So I don't be liking to cut nothing, especially when. And I'm not just saying this because you hear G, especially when it's G Wayne. I promise you, I ain't saying it because you hear. Because like I say this when you ain't around, I'm like, dog, shooting with him is so easy because he gon' even if he don't remember the line, which he typically does, he's one of the guys that remembers his lines. He gonna give you something else. Because hopefully he feeling the scene, hopefully he feeling the back and forth, and he gonna start adding. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, you be playing. So he doing extra crossovers, hezzies and all that. He when the scene get good to you when and you see the outtakes. There's a lot of BTS. Not enough BTS, but there's a lot of outtakes that show how much fun we having.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and every writer and director always wants somebody that's gonna give them a little bit more extra than what's on the paper. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
I think that's another similarity, just like independent versus major, because like in the music world, like there are major labels that sign artists that never come out. Right. Like, but as an independent, I used to run an independent label. I was like, I would never sign an artist that never came out because we can't afford to do that. Right. So it's similar in you guys shooting an independent film. It's like you can't just be shooting scenes that you're not going to use. Like you got to use everything because, we don't have budgets like that.
Right.
No.
Usually when we audition for stuff, all of us have done self tapes and auditions. You can pay a lot of times. We get paid to be there. If you get paid for 2 days, chances are you only gonna shoot one. They're gonna come. They're gonna pay you for the first day, and that's just to come and get fitted and do a dress rehearsal or not dress rehearsal, but like a table read. the next days when you actually act. If you did it for 3 or 4 days, one of them days is just going to be prep. I can't afford that. So when I get G Wayne pulling up, and I got Jati pulling up from Atlanta, because now she lives in Atlanta. This whole time she was been in LA for years. She moved to Atlanta, so now and Jati, I'll be like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? Can you pull up? I'll be there. I'll pull up. Cool, thank you. But hey, yo, Ant, he right down the way. He pull up, but I got to make sure that I get him in and out. I get him in and out. I can't afford to just have him here because they got shit to do too. You know what I mean?
I be shooting straight off the plane, straight
You
to the
did.
location.
Off the plane.
G Wayne, your scene in this episode, like how long does it take you guys to shoot that?
Not long. We'd be knocking ours out, really, to be honest. Maybe we go over like 3 times and it's a wrap.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like a cheat code. Shooting with you, bro. Shooting with you, G. Because you go over the line. We rehearsed a couple times because we never get to rehearse until the day of.
Right.
We don't
we get
rehearse.
there, we study the lines.
Yeah. Why Ryan and the team is setting up lights and stuff like that, making sure the lighting is right. We going over our lines back to back to back to back. After that, we basically got it. Even if we don't got it, we both understand the scene. And so It's always going to be, it's very seldom you're going to see just what's on the paper in our scene. It's always going to be some extra.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So the longest part of our scenes is the setup, the lighting. Once that happens, then the chemistry
Hey, you're
goes.
not capping. You're right. That is the longest setup, is getting the lights and stuff together. You're right.
Yeah.
So G Wayne, is that just like experience has allowed you to kind of tap in quicker? Do you take classes? Like, how do you get?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's an experience because I actually grew up, doing it. I already had my SAG and my after card and all that stuff. So it kind of comes to me easy because I did do classes and whatnot. I took improv classes when I was younger. Did all these little plays and whatnot, and actually have a couple speaking roles that are out, 2 on a couple shows that I did as a kid. So I think that's what helps me a lot because of that experience. So yeah, I think so. That's what it is.
Jati, do you have any advice for people that are looking to grow their social media and start getting opportunities? Like what do you wish you would have known, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that you put into practice now?
I wish I would have known to just post. You really got to post more. You can't film something and then sit on it for forever and worried about what somebody gonna think about it, or you just gotta get the work done and post. And it's just like you can't put out one video every month or something like that and sit back and complain. You really got to put that work in. So I wish I would have known that more because I had like a little rough start. I was like, man, I can't get monetized and da 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 da. I was just like, I was getting frustrated with it. And one of my friends, Robbie World, he kind of broke it down. He said, if you're having a hard time making these reels and different like little short stuff to catch people's eye, he said, when you make a YouTube video, make sure you have some key points there that you can clip up and turn into reels. So you're repurposing your content. And I just start doing that, and then my numbers start growing.
Shout out to Robbie World for sure.
Ja, how did you and Jati connect?
Man, so shout out to brother Jahan Jones.
Oh,
I was acting in one of his. He has a series back then that he was still in production with called "You Hitting That," right? So that was I think he was shooting season 2 of that series, and I was in that series as well. And he was shooting down in Hollywood at like this bar. So it was a lot of extras there, a lot of actors and actresses, and there was probably about 30 people in the building. And I saw Jati, and me personally, because of how I get down, and I miss her to the max, so I like to maximize the performances, maximize the size of the people. There's a lot of big dudes there, me, Anthony, Dean, and even the women too. So I was like, who is that? So I met her, we chopped it up. I asked her if she was interested in shooting. She was like, yeah. And we clicked from day one. I think the first, I can't remember what's the first sketch we did. But
I think we did a Blue Chew one.
Redeem
My Struggle.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Boom. And we've been solid ever since. That was some years ago.
Yeah.
So we met through basically indirectly through Jahan.
Dope. Well, we're coming to the end of our live. We do this every week after the episode premieres. So we'll be live next week after episode 3. Anthony, you're gonna have to come back because I made the mistake in because I was watching episode 3 today, cutting up a bunch of clips, and then I just got my wires crossed and
You
It's totally fine, man. I'm here for the team, man. I'm
hey,
happy to be here.
and let me say this, family, everybody that's watching, my brother Dane, man, be working so hard. It's very hard for me to challenging, but we got through it to produce this content, this project. We knocked it out. It was long, but after the work, there's still work to be done. And Dame is doing a lot of work, and I thank you for it, bro. I want to say it online. I really appreciate all the hard work you're doing that people do not see. All these clips, all these different reels, and like advertisings and brandings and like videos that promote the show. Dame is behind all that. So thank you, brother. And getting Anthony a week early is okay because we love to have him. Hey, come back next week. I think people are gonna want to see you next week for sure after season 3. After
Yeah,
episode
I can't wait. I'm excited.
the episodes just keep getting better. So it's kind of fun for me to just kind of see the reaction. I've been working with Job for a long time, known Job a very long time now, and just kind of see the reaction and just see how the stuff evolves. Everybody in the episodes, how just kind of things evolve from season to season. I just see it getting better and better. Obviously, it's night and day from season 1 to season 4. So it's just dope to be a part of it. Let's go around and just talk about whatever else you guys want to promote, whatever else you guys got going on. G Wayne, you want to start us off?
Shoot, what else I got going on, man? I got the podcast, Elevated Game. I just got
Elevated
back from
Game.
Vegas. Doing the boxing interviews out there. I'm about to put up with I got an interview. What's his name? Charlo, his pops. That's a crazy family, bro. And like I thought he was gonna take off on me because I asked the question, "How you feel about your son getting slapped, my boy?" So
Hey, G Wayne, we give it a
hey,
damn.
I'm
Hey,
agitating people.
you be asking those sensitive ass questions, brother.
Yeah.
Be
So
careful.
he thought about it. He was like, you know what? We're not gonna talk about the past. We're gonna talk about right now. I said, oh, okay.
Touchy.
All right.
Yeah.
But you see, that's what I'm working on that. And I guess I got to bring back LA Hood stories, I guess.
You
got
Keep
to.
asking about that. Anthony, you ready for that?
Yeah, man. I'm
You
always
was a
ready.
part of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let's have a conversation after this to discuss that, bro. Because I'm curious about what I'm saying, what you've been doing. We ain't talking in a minute.
Bet it up.
We gotta get these stories out, man. After doing this and then seeing how this looked,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
G Wayne, it's G Wayne TV on Instagram, right?
G Wayne, G. Wayne TV on Instagram.
Do that, Wayne.
G. Wayne TV on Instagram. Make sure you tap in. I'm gonna put that
Facebook,
in the chat.
YouTube, all that.
Wayne.
Even what we got TikTok. I'm about to start streaming. I'm about to start gaming.
Hey,
that's another thing. I'm about to start gaming.
Why not?
Tap in.
Yeah.
Twitch.
G Wayne on Twitch. Yep. For sure.
Jati, what you working on?
So I want to shout out the Roundtable Game Show. It's an all Black woman game show. We doing a lot of improv. Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. I be seeing those clips all the time.
Yep, they always going viral. I'm always saying some wild stuff.
Are you going on tour with them? Are they doing tour?
They're going on tour this summer. I'm gonna probably be dropping in on a few of them dates.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Get it going. Hey, y'all need to take that to the top.
Now the show's doing really well. It's doing really well.
Do you want to explain the concept of the show for people that aren't familiar?
So it started off with Melanie on her page as just a sketch where she was kind of poking fun at some of these woke podcasters, and it was a sketch. And then she made the sketch bigger and invited more people on. And then she just saw how good it did. So then she just turned it into a show. Started off with more people, and then it ended up being just a small group of us. And I was just thankful that she brought me onto there too, because I was able to kind of show more of my natural goofiness instead of it just being like a written film sketch. I just get on there and improv and just say something crazy, and they love it. So yeah, it's just they're selling merch, selling shirts. They've done a couple live shows already, and now the tour has started. So there's I want to say about 8 dates on that tour. So
Right.
throughout different cities.
Yeah, I think
Tell me to come to LA. I'm pulling up.
Oh yeah, we have an LA one. There's gonna be a Chicago, I believe. Yeah.
so that I think that relates to what you mentioned earlier about just putting stuff out there, because you never know like what content will morph into, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all didn't know the Lesbian Homie would have 4 seasons. He thought it was a
You never
one-off
know.
sketch. So you
And
got to
and
put it out
there
there.
and
Yeah.
there's an audience for everything. Like you may have an audience for one series, you can have a whole different audience for a different series.
Yeah.
So when I go outside on a different day, I'm getting recognized for Lesbian Homie here. I'm getting recognized for Roundtable Game Show over here. I'm getting recognized for a skit I did 3 years ago over here. Whip it out. Like it's people love different stuff.
And then you need to bring it home with your own series that you're working
Yeah.
on with Jada Faye. There
Yeah.
it
Boom.
is.
I
There it
just
is.
talked to her a few days ago. She's excited about writing that.
Nice.
No.
So brother Darrell, we got DH Harris. He said, my dude Philippe from the beach of Long. He donated $50. Appreciate it.
Yes, all love.
What you got going on?
First and foremost, for those who don't know who's on the chat, I've been accepted into the whole crew is stupid. So I got 4 skits that are being edited right now, as well as other ones that have already dropped, and we got more coming on the way. I have a movie that I'm in called Aftershock. It's coming out. It's the Sean Bell story of the killing that happened in New York some years ago. I'm playing one of the officers in that film. That's a big film that's coming out as well. A couple of independent films. My album is out, Soul Food, on all platforms that are Anthony Durrell Soul Food. I got a lot of other new music coming as well. But other than that, just going to continue to work on my scripts and shoot with the team and knock these auditions out. I got a couple TV shows out on ABC, High Potential, Young Rock, different series, et cetera, et cetera. But just working, man, just working.
Sound
Amen.
like you don't sleep.
Yeah, go to Big Jah's page right now and watch the sketch Wendell's Workout. It
Ah,
has Anthony Durrell and B Watts. I think it's my favorite one thus far of the new whole crew is stupid.
yeah, you
It
said us about that. Yeah.
is hilarious. Jah, any final closing moments before we get up out of here?
Man, if you don't want to wait to see episode 3 next Tuesday, go to bigjah.com and purchase the full season.
Do that.
I'm not obligated because it will be out next Tuesday, but definitely appreciate it because that helps me get into the position to make more projects sooner and better.
Yeah. And it will be on Tubi, but it won't be on Tubi until all the episodes come out on YouTube. So
Right.
a lot of people ask that as well.
Yeah, somebody just asked me that today. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining the live. Thank the audience. Thank the members here.
Yes.
We'll be back next week.
Next
Peace.
Tuesday. To
Peace
the
and love.
man.